It's 5 a.m. You have a tough day ahead of you. You don't know what to do, where to begin. Well, Toastmasters, Brandon Morris here to offer some great advice, backed by some of the world's greatest thinkers. In this presentation, he hopes to burden you with his speech, The Power of Snoozing. Please welcome Toastmaster Brandon Morris.
We've all been there, laying in bed with our deepest fears about our toughest day and our most difficult decisions ahead. You want my advice? Hit the snooze button. Build some rapport with your day. Good morning, Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. I have a confession to make. This may not be well received by some of you, because there's a stigma. But I am a snoozer. How many other Toastmasters can proudly raise their hands and say they are snoozers? Many of you may be closet snoozers, and that's okay. I prefer the couch. But there is a stigma associated with snoozing. But by the end of this presentation, I'm sure that more Toastmasters will feel comfortable raising their hands. So what is a snoozer? Well, snoozing is often thought of as a lazy way to start the day. A snoozer just can't get out of bed. How many times have we heard these motivational gurus tell us that going back to sleep is bad? That you must spring out of bed like Benjamin Urrutia and seize your day to be successful in life. Well, let me offer a few science-based observations that will help snoozers and the day seizers alike better understand the power of snoozing. Let's start by understanding snoozing's scientific name, which is theta, spelled T-H-E-T-A. Sounds much more scientific now. Well, this is the brainwave frequency associated with deep relaxation, meditation, and creativity. This state is often cited by various scientists, creative thinkers, inventors, spiritualists alike, as the mental state where some of their most profound ideas occur. There are several famous historical figures that practiced snoozing. And there are modern-day snooze lounges, but they're actually called theta lounges. But let's face it, it's just daydreaming, that best mimic these ancient practices. But some of the greatest figures of our time that developed some of the things we have here today were known for daydreaming. Like Albert Einstein used this visualization technique to explore his hardest theoretical concepts. His famous thought experiments allowed him to explore these questions. Thomas Edison was known for holding a metal ball in his hand, and as he would fall asleep, he would drop the ball, it would wake him up, and he would capture his best ideas. And even Nikola Tesla said that he had vivid visualizations and was able to think about and build his creations in his mind during this state. Now, the modern theta lounges use more modern practices to help people get into these theta states, where they can reach their highest mental state. So, Toastmasters, we can now see that snoozing was practiced then, and its powers are being understood even greater now. Or it could just be a way for California potheads to take a nap in the middle of the day. But who knows, maybe they will cure cancer. I myself utilize this powerful state. Some say I'm just taking a nap and avoiding chores. Well, that's not true. I'm working out the greatest problems, even if it is just figuring out how to tie my shoe. And some of you may be using theta right now as I attempt to slow my cadence down. I hope that you're solving a big problem in your life if that's the case. I'm not offended. How many times have you been nearly asleep when that grand idea pops into your mind and you scramble for a pen? You're using the theta state. The power of snoozing is just a couple of yawns away. So, for some of you Toastmasters that might not be practicing this powerful technique, but you're thinking to yourself, this sounds interesting, let me offer a few tips. First off, if you're waking up to a loud, blaring alarm, please stop. I recommend some gentle piano to start your day. Because why get out of bed so fast when you're not ready yet? Or perhaps some chirping birds. So when you hear that alarm in the morning, it's really just a way of saying, go back to sleep and think about it. And thirdly, get yourself very comfortable. Pour yourself a large, cold glass of water, because you can't make brain waves without water, right? Allow yourself to get into that groovy state, and then think about your toughest task, your hardest decisions, and let those theta waves do their work. So now, Toastmasters, I hope that so many of you can proudly raise your hands and carry your head high, knowing that you also are a snoozer.